One of the things that my mother-in-law taught me to cook was schnitzel. The traditional German breaded schnitzel, which was perfect, it was wonderful, and I love eating it whenever she makes it. But I'm gonna show you my version, Barbecue Brian's version. Oh, let's take a peek here. Oh, look at that mark. Thanks, Mom. I love that you shared with me how to make schnitzel, but I gotta do my version. So this sandwich, this really inexpensive, it's like $2.50 or $3 for the sandwich, per sandwich. This is gonna be Barbecue Brian's Grilled Schnitzel Sandwich. I'm gonna go through all of the steps, preparing the meat and all of the toppings. You ready? One of the cheapest cuts that you can get in the grocery store is that full pork loin. It's really long, it's about 2 feet long, and it's gonna look like this on the inside. And what you can do is take a sharp knife, cut off about 1/4 of an inch slice of that pork, just like this right here. And this is what we're gonna make our pork cutlet or schnitzel out of. You can ask your butcher to do this as well. Once I've got those slices here, I'm gonna set this aside because I've got enough to work with. I'll place these down on a cutting board. I'll do a couple pieces here first. And take some plastic wrap, just like this, place it over top of the pork. And you know that mallet that you have in that utensil drawer? This is where you're gonna use this thing. It's not supposed to be a weapon. This is where you tenderize and thin out your pork cutlets. A tip is when you're using your mallet is often there's a flat side and a serrated side. You wanna use the flat side just to flatten out your pork here rather than breaking all the fibers up with the serrated side. That's the last piece. That's perfect. They're nice and thin and even. You can see the stack that's right there. I want to season both sides of the schnitzel with some seasoning at this point. And I'm going to use the competition rib rub and season both sides of the pork cutlets. Definitely put a good seasoning on both sides of that pork. And once you've got that last piece, you can set all of this aside, and we're gonna start on a skillet, which will be our topping for our sandwich. So if you think about a sandwich, we got the top bun, the bottom bun, and the meat's gonna be in there, but we've got a few other opportunities to get some crunch and some great flavor in there. So in a skillet, what we're gonna do is add some bacon, some chopped cabbage, and some onions, and saute that all together, and that's gonna be the topping on our grilled schnitzel sandwich. Bacon is rendering in here, which is perfect. You can hear it sizzling. And I'm gonna add in some chopped cabbage and some onion to add more flavor. Now, you might think, oh, cabbage. Well, a traditional German schnitzel would have some sauerkraut with it or even a coleslaw. But I wanna do something a little different and heat up and cook this cabbage. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a good sandwich. Everybody in the skillet. This is looking like a lot of cabbage, Brian. All right. Oh, in the skillet. Everybody in there. The cabbage has been added here. As that cabbage cooks, it's going to shrink up a bit, so that's perfect. But there's one last ingredient that I want to add in here, and that's some of the competition beef rub. You could put some salt and pepper, but this is just, again, I'm shooting for flavor. So I'm going to add in maybe a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more of that into the cabbage and stir that around. This is looking great. The cabbage is starting to soften. The bacon is looking nice and crisp. I really wish you could smell this. This is gonna be a nice crunchy layer on our schnitzel sandwich, but I still wanna crank it up a notch. I'm gonna add in some apple butter in here and give it a barbecue character to our schnitzel sandwich. I'm gonna add in, say, I don't know, half a cup, maybe a cup of the barbecue sauce. Apple butter, it's sweet and smoky. Stir that in with the cabbage and give that just a nice coating to our topping on our schnitzel. This is perfect. Let's move on, get our schnitzel over to the grill. Now, our grill has been nicely preheated. Oh, big stretch. I've got some grill grates right here to give me a nice sear on our pork. They're not gonna take very long. I think I have 6 cutlets in here, but as you place these on here, I'm looking for some grill marks. Turn them over and grill the other side. It's not gonna take really long. Oh, let's take a peek here. Oh, look at that mark. That's what I'm looking for. Again, doesn't take very long. You just want some nice color and some flavor on the outside of your cutlets, your schnitzel. There they go. These are just perfect. Again, I'm just looking for color on here. If you've got a real thick part of your schnitzel, you can check with a thermometer and you're looking for about 140 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. These are ready, off they come, and we'll get ready to assemble our sandwich. There's one more thing I want to do, and the buns are right here. These are like a Portuguese bun. They're kind of oval in shape, but I want to toast them just slightly on the grill, and then we're going to pull all of this together. Oh. Everything is here. It's time to make a sandwich. There's that bun, the toasted bun, and the thing you want to put on the bottom is some creamy richness, something to add some contrast in there. So here goes a layer of mayonnaise on the bun, and you're going to want to put some mustard. So this is a slow smoked gold mustard sauce. We're going to put a little drizzle on there. That's always fantastic with some pork and some schnitzel. Now, you've got lettuce that would go on and some sliced tomato. So here's 3 slices of tomato. That will give some sweetness and maybe a little bit of tartness and some crunch. Now, you're going to put on one of those schnitzels. Let's put on a slice of some Havarti cheese. But here's where it becomes optional, but may even not even be optional. 2 slices, oh goodness, look at that. 2 slices of schnitzel. Yeah, that warrants another piece of cheese. And then we've got our top bun, which is right here. Oh, wait a second, our cabbage. I almost got ahead of myself. So we're gonna get some of that cabbage, onions, and bacon to go on top, just like that. And then our top bun right here. Now, that is a barbecued schnitzel sandwich. We all know what's next. The last part, and that is, of course, going in for a big bite here. Oh yeah, look at this. Okay, I'm going in for a bite. Pork has some nice barbecue flavor on there. The rib rub adds some sweetness, maybe a little cinnamon too. The cabbage is fantastic. And then of course the crunchy or the softness of the lettuce and the tomato on the bottom and the creaminess of the mayo. That's a good sandwich. A grilled schnitzel sandwich. I'm Barbecue Brian from the House of Q. I hope you get to make this one too.